I mean, I was thinking, one, nobody told me, do you like this story? Like, nobody asked. And the second, the most confusing part to me about the story was, see, this story is for the first 22 years of your life. This story never tells you what happens after college. Okay, so you have absolutely no clue what you are going to do for the rest of your life. Right? And I was in college and I found that so weird. So everybody wants a job because they want money. At least that's the common message we all have. The funny thing is, we don't know what is money. We don't know how is it created. We don't know where does it come from. We don't know what is a company. We don't know how it's created. We don't know whether we can create companies, right? And unless we teach the kids the basics of playing the game, because everybody in the industry, right, is playing a game. It's like the game of football or cricket or whatever. This game is called the game of economy. It's called the state economy, the national economy, the international economy. Every company out there is playing a game. And whether you like it or not, you're going to be part of that game. In this game, people come together, form teams, build products. Like it could be steel, coal, aluminum, it could be technology, it could be like cars, it could be like sporting goods, it could be banks, it could be whatever you want to play. Right? But everybody in this world is playing this game. And the common thing that ties all the people in the game is this thing called money. And when we are kids, we are not told what is money. And then I started digging deeper. Like, why don't we know this? Like, why doesn't anybody tell us? The answer is very simple. Our parents didn't know. It's super simple. Right? So how did I know all of this? Like, just to give you like a brief background, I sit on the Prime Minister's Committee for Higher Education. Right? All of you guys get a degree, it's accredited by a university. It comes from something called All India Council for Technical Education. I sit on the ICT board. I advise some 4-5 chief ministers. I sit on a university called Kerala Technical University. And then I teach students. That's my job. And the reason why I do all of this is when I was in college, I jumped out. I built a company which said it is me. Right? In my third year in college, I started playing the game. Like you rightly said, you are the industry. So I jumped straight into the industry. By the time I graduated out of college, I had done 2.5 crores in bank. My father was an engineer, my mom was a clerk. We didn't have a lot of money at home. Normal middle class family, right? But then I learned two things, okay? If you want to play the game, the first thing is learn the rules. Imagine trying to play cricket without knowing rules of cricket, okay? And then you should figure out, if you want to play the game, what are the skill sets you require to play the game? Because every game is different. The game of aluminum, the game of banks, the game of technology, all games are different games. Unless you know what are these rules, what are these games, you just cannot play this, right? And let's come to the point where this whole education system is like this, right? And we're trying to fix this right from this Prime Minister's Committee. See, the background is, before 18th century, there was no school or college. Okay? It was like a fun time. There's no school, no college, no formal education, right? And then the industrial age happened. Before the industrial age, everybody was like an agriculture. Plow was invented, and then people started doing farming. Before the agriculture age, it was hunting and gathering. People used to just go hunt animals and eat. The plow came, farming happened. Then the machines came, the industrial age. In the industrial age, you created factories. And to create a factory, you need land, you need people, and you need money. And then the factories needed raw materials. Raw materials are like coal, steel, cement, aluminum, right? And these raw materials are very limited. And you needed, so a lot of people just didn't have money to build factories. Because just people didn't have money, right? And the raw materials were very limited. So the people who learned how to build companies never shared that knowledge. Because if you ever share that knowledge, everybody will go after the raw material which is limited, the natural resource. So the secrets of playing the game was like a mystery for everybody, right? Nobody learned how the game was played. Even in companies, only the top management knew how money was created. Everybody else was trained as a worker to work in this factory. civil engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers. You go and do this work without ever understanding how is this company structured. Because in the old age, company structures are like this pyramid, top management, they make all the decisions. Middle management, managers who make the lower management, which is the workers' work, right? And then, you know what happened? The education system got designed for this industrial age. So our system is designed like batch production in a factory. Batch of 2016, batch of 2017, batch of 2018. Just like mechanical production in a factory. Because in a factory, goods can't go too fast, right? Everything takes the same amount of time. Which idiot decided people learn at the same pace? Nobody knows. Like absolutely nobody knows, dude. See your education degree, right? Engineering degree. I sit on AICT's board. We don't know. We're confused. 180 credits is what you want to get a BTech degree. Each credit is designed as 15 hours of theory or 30 hours of practical. I asked the AICT chairman, why is this 15 hours? No answer. Honestly, there is no answer. Maybe some kids can learn the entire engineering degree in 2 years, but our system doesn't allow this flexibility, right? And because of this, where did we get this design flaw? It's not actually at the college level. The design flaw is at the school level. All of us, millions of kids, right? We write this 10th standard and 12th standard exam. The evaluation of this exam, that is where the flaw was. Millions of answer sheets go into a centralized evaluation. Let's take CBSE or any state board, right? In CBSE, millions of answer sheets from across country go to a place in Haryana, Hisar, right? And then non-native English-speaking teachers correct these answer sheets. So millions of answer sheets have to be corrected in a span of few weeks. You know how they do it? Pattern matching. There is something called an answer key. The answer key is evaluated with your answer paper. So it doesn't matter what you write. You know, your way of approach, your way of thinking, none of that matters. All that matters is whether this answer key is there in your book. So all the smart teachers who went to the evaluation camp figured out there is no way the students learn anything outside. There is no reason for the student to think imaginative because at the end of the day, it's all about marks. So if you don't have this answer key in the book, you will not get marks. And that is how this rote learning started happening. You know, learn by heart. You know, completely just reproduce the textbook inside this thing. And you know what, now what's happening in the industry? So this is where the education system is, right? In the industry, what happened is the internet age came. Okay. When the internet age came, the method of production from a factory changed to a computer. Okay. And the raw material is your brain.
Brains.
Right? The more you can use your brain, the more in demand you are. Right? But the education system was designed for us not to think. So it's fundamentally not our problem. It's an overall design problem for the whole country. Right? It's like a massive problem. And this problem manifests in many ways as what we call the industry academia gap. Okay. So now I'll tell you what I did. So this, I hope you understood this. This is like fairly very clear. Right? So the goal is now, right? Every university, everybody in this country, right from the Prime Minister is saying, we want to become a developed economy. There's no doubt on that. We want to become a developed country, right? If you want to become a developed country, take all the developed countries. What do all developed countries have? Developed economies. Okay. What is a developed economy? Where there are many industries. Everybody has good number of jobs, right? These developed industries for India of the 21st century is going to be in the internet era. It's all going to be digital. It's all going to be on the internet, right? In the internet era, you need lots of companies. And if you want lots of companies, you need lots of startups. And if you want lots of startups to be created, you need people with an entrepreneurial mindset. So when we say about failure, right? In Google, they've created 800 products. Only 7 products are widely successful with billion users. The Google Search, the Gmail, the Google Maps, the Android App Store, the Play Store, the Android OS and the Play Store, YouTube and Chrome. They've built 800 products and failed 793 times, but they continue to keep going. And that culture, if you have inside your head, is when you actually fix this gap and move forward. So for anybody to work in the industry today, I would imagine only 2 things are required. One, learn the rules of the game. What is money? How is it created? Where does it come from? What is a company? What do I do in a company? And what is the game I want to play? Once you know the rules of the game, then you can start playing. So to give you a quick example, right? See, Jindal has been like this amazing organization that's been existing for decades, I would imagine now. You know, they make 2 crores a day in Bengaluru. Have you heard of this company called Byju's? They make 2 crores a day, and it's done by a young engineer. That's it.
Great. I think since you told that this developed economy, I think Netherlands is one of the developed economies. So why not you just tell me that how do you people manage to really bridge the gap, and what is your economy doing something different than which we can take home from the Indian economy, please?
Okay, yes, I'm Hendrikus van Dort. I'm working for IETO, and I am the intelligence officer for many years. I can say almost my whole life. I was privileged that I was educated by the intelligence service itself. So what happened there is that they wanted to train people who could adjust, who could observe, who could analyze. There was no education. So what did they do? They went looking all over Europe to make a community network of young future intelligence officers. So they made a program that we would go all around all the universities. Out of every university, they took certain courses or certain parts of the university that fitted what the company, because we are a company as an intelligence service, we have to sell the product to our governments. So they picked out of things everything. So then it was being taught to us, okay, what you're going to do, you're going to be an intelligence officer and you're going to be educated in Europe. We did the most strangest courses. I did a classical music course in Spain. And I was going, whoa, what is this, right? And now I'm beginning to be older, and now I see the better connections that it is the game that is played, and I want to come back on that. And what was very important there, that we learned to be very social. Because to be social, it's something that you can learn. It's something that you have to do when you work in a group or in a team. And all the things we get from Google. Yes, because we are an intelligence officer, so we gather information from everywhere. The strangest place we get information from, but that information is there. So what is the bigger thing is that we learn to interpret what you have. You can give somebody a piece of wood, somebody puts it in the heater, and you get a nice evening of warmth. There are other people that make out of the same piece of wood, they make a piece of art. There are some other people that make a hammer out of it. So that is, again, the individual that makes something out of a piece of wood. And now we're talking about the internet and everything, the cybersecurity. And I was then a senior officer, and I was put on the question, okay, the whole internet thing, there's a lot of threats coming. What can we do against it? So my suggestion was, is those people who are in vulnerable points, let's say officers who are in the intelligence service, isolate them. Instead of putting them out in the field, isolate them from all those influences that can be analyzed by people just by the clicks I make on Facebook or the emails that I send. We were completely isolated. So I ended up in the forest in the middle of Bulgaria. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's not a place you want to be, right? But there we been cultivated to think for our own. No opinions from other people. This is the problem that you have. Solve the problem and come back with it. And I was so lucky that I've been trained in the 70s that I could think for myself. Is that what I see or what I learn or what I see on Facebook? Is that what it is? Is that the game that is being played? Is that a social structure? The Facebook for me is not a social structure. It's an asocial structure. Because if I see myself on Facebook, I don't even recognize myself. Because what is being put on Facebook is that what I want to show. It's not me. Because I also still have evenings that I'm sitting by myself looking at the ventilator. If you see my Facebook, man, that guy has a life, right? He's there, he's here, he's doing this, he's meeting these things. I'm going to tell you, it's not true. what you guys put on Facebook is a fragment of your life. So what we have to learn is observe and analyze and learn to be objective. What we are telling you is our opinion. It's not yours, right? If you want to play your game of your life, I'm going to tell you, till now it's not proven that you have a second chance. I'm not going to say there is no second chance, because I don't know. There is the base of doubting everything. And that's why I was so happy with my speaker before, because we have, let's say, a business guru in the Netherlands. He used to be a football player. He came from the streets from Amsterdam, and the guy, he didn't even pass high school. But he understood the game of football. He knows what is essential to win together. If you're the keeper or you're the front player or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. They all like the game of football. And that's what we have to learn again, and that's what we lost a little bit in the Western world, that we learn the game of life. And work is a part of it. And now I'm going to say something that's maybe not being taken well by the universities and the colleges. The most people who changed something in the world didn't finish their college. They didn't finish their university. Because the university was not giving them the tools that they needed to be a successful person. And you see now that all those successful people, they're saying things to us like, yeah, what's the most important thing? To walk with my dog in the park. They're the masters almost of life. They're successful. They do this, they invent, and every time it comes back, life wasn't nice for me. I failed. I did that. I got broke. Call all the hardships. They got divorced. Everything happened to those guys and women, of course. And also, I saw this here also. This is the biggest gap in India. There's a hallway and separate groups. When I was a young kid, I wanted to sit on you guys' right side, right? Because there were the nice girls. Because that was important in life. Right? What are you guys doing, right? Why are you sitting like that? And I was sitting here and I was looking and go, whoa. And then I saw the hallway in the middle and I thought, wow. Good luck, guys.
Great. Let's take a viewpoint of the industry now. Let us take a viewpoint of the industry. We have Mr. Narayana, who is the Senior Vice President of Virtues of Flores. Sir, what is your take on the discussions which you have heard from the industry viewpoint, like your company, at a senior level? What is it that they are looking for from these technical and the management students? What do you look for? Let it be very direct.
Okay, thanks for this opportunity. Before I answer your question, let me take a step back and taking a cue of what the other speakers have also rendered. First thing is, I've been a part of the campus drives as well. I used to represent my organization from the management. The way the universities or the engineering institutions, the way they operate is, how do I attract the industry people so that they come and recruit? Every college and university talks about 85% placement, 90% placement, etc. But the universities and colleges fail to think that we have made 85% of my campus students as an entrepreneurs. The market has changed. If you make this 85% or 70% of your students as entrepreneurs, they become your brand ambassadors. They can create opportunity for your further batches. That's the missing quotient here. That's number one. There are a lot of opportunities actually that's lying across in the industry, irrespective of any industry today. Only thing is, the students are so passionate, in fact today, about a Facebook, as he mentioned, or about a WhatsApp. They want to learn everything in WhatsApp. They want to do everything in Facebook. But they somehow miss identifying the opportunities. It's nothing but connecting the dots. If they start thinking in that lines and start connecting the dots, they become their own businessmen. They become entrepreneurs. That's something that's missing with the students. Now coming to your question. What we people from the industry, I belong to the IT industry. First thing is the students, please follow your passion. Very, very important. I came out of the B school with a degree from marketing. But I said marketing is not my subject. That's not where I want to be. I threw away my campus offer. I was more passionate about technology. Then I started my career again. Even after my best campus offer, I started at a much lower salary, but I wanted to learn technology. So please follow your passion. That's number one. What is it that we are looking for? When we come for campus drives, first thing is we look for people who have logical thinking. That's very, very, very important. Forget about your subject. Forget your subject. Logical thinking is very important. Given if we have about 180, 200 students taking the aptitude test, only 1/4 of the students clear the cutoff. And then they go through the group discussions where we see the communication skills and the way are they able to gel with the team, share their thoughts, and then from there another 25-30% gets cut off, right? So when we see the gap between the actual number of footfall versus the number of people that we observe, it's very, very a small ratio.
Correct.
That's where we see a major challenge, and that's where we are going to so many engineering colleges. Because we don't get the right amount of people who we actually require for the next financial year, because one college is not able to give us the volume.